Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Diego, and with my team that is composed by Angel and Jesus, we are going to explain you about a problem that is very common in the society that we live. This problem is the street cats. The number of street cats is biggest than other years, and this is going to convert in a big problem in a relative time.
First, we want to explain how we notice that this will convert in a big problem. Well, the last day I was walking in the street, then I see a pure cat crushed by a car. When I see around, I see like four or five cats around this another one. And I noticed that for two streets I see a cat, so this makes me notice the big quantity of cats in the street. And this makes me think in a question: why are many cats in the streets?
That if we want to answer this question, we need to consider all the options that we have. The first thing that we think was in the sustainable development. We remembered one of the goals which refers to life on land. This one was to protect all the wildlife in the soil, but we think that this is very difficult to apply, so we decided to think in a smaller part of life. That, as my partner mentioned before, is in taking care of cats.
So, we decide that we need to go deeper, and we start to search for laws that help us with this problem. And we find that in Mexico exist many laws to protect the animals, and in our community, that is Nuevo León, exists a consent law name, that is Ley de Protección y Bienestar Animal para la Sustentabilidad del Estado de Nuevo León, that mentions the correct way to maintain an animal and mention the consequences of that happens to the street animals. And with this law, we are going to try to make something big, something that changes all the community that we live.
If we can carry out this idea and change our society, it will have a big impact in all aspects, in principle in the sanity of the streets and the care of the animals, and in how the persons think about the animals and think twice after abandoning a pure animal in the street.
We decided to make a plan to make possible our idea come true. We made a plan of 12 months, which we think it is going to help us making our idea a reality. The first month, we're going to make awareness for people, talking about the consequences for the cats when they are abandoned. Also, in the month number 2, we're going to make an economical collection to help by our own hand the wild animals.
But if we don't get much money in the second month, we are going to repeat the activity in the month 3. But if we get enough money, we are going to get contact to a company that can help us to collect and take care of the animals.
And in the month 4, 5 and 6, we are going to dedicate ourselves to only help wild animals and recollecting them to a big event that we are going to organize in the 7th month. And in the 7th month, we want to organize a macro event that we are going to put all the wild cats that we found in the month 4, 5 and 6 and put them in adoption to trying to get a home to all the cats.
And if a cat doesn't get a home and nobody wants it, in the month number 8, we're going to spread posts saying that if anyone has the opportunity and wants to take care of one cat, call us, because we are going to give them away. Of course, in the transition between the months, we're going to take care of them. In month number 9, we're going to make activities similar to the ones made in the month 8. But also, we're going to visit other communities to talk about the problem that the wild cats have. In the month 10 and 11, we're going to repeat activities that we did in the month 4, 5 and 6. But in this case, we're going to make also talks to the people as a conference in order to have a better support. And also, we're going to found a company that dedicates to conservation of cats and recollection to give them a home and a place where they can be happy.
And finally, in the month 12, we are going to repeat the event of the month 7, and with all the money that we recollected in the event, we are going to use it for our company to protect all the animals.
Finally, to end this work, we want to share our experience doing this plan and making it possible. First of all, we learned that the process of making a complete project where we try to help, looking for someone that supports us in an economical way, needs a lot of effort and time to be developed correctly. And of course, we need to have the desire to complete it and make it real for a good cause, that in this case is helping the cats. We also learned that if all people in a community work together, we can make any idea possible and any other thing that we want. We think that this is the most important knowledge that we get from the people of our community. We learned that nothing is impossible because if you believe in yourself and the people that surround you, you can not only move a mountain, you can even change all the world, making little important actions.